Hello YouTube and welcome to the second episode of Skyrim Skills That Kill. In this series I'll show you how to get 100 in skill, whether it's like a glitch or just an easy way. I'll also show you some useful stuff with skill. And after our epic stare down with Lydia, we are off. Today's skill is Conjuration, as you can probably tell by the title. So first all you gotta do is find any court wizard and go buy these spells. There are actually two spells you can use to level up your Conjuration that I found were the quickest. The first one is Bound Sword, and I think this way is more effective, but it's a little more complicated. Now, Bound Sword is a novice spell, so that means that it won't take as much magicka to cast and it costs less. So I think that's one reason why it's a little better than the second spell here, which is Soul Trap. Soul Trap is an apprentice spell, so it's only one level higher, but it is a bit more money if you're like super low level, and it also costs a little more to cast if you don't have that high of magicka. Now once you get the spells, all you gotta do is learn them and then equip them and you're off. The first one I'll show you is Soul Trap, because I think since it's not as effective, it's a little better if you're low level. Plus you can have a little fun with it. Now with Soul Trap, all you gotta do is just find a dead body and cast Soul Trap on it. You do have to be pretty close, as you can see right here. I cast it, but it doesn't work because I wasn't close enough, and then I try again and I get it. Now, what you do with that dead body while casting, that's your decision. You can teabag a wolf that looks like it's still alive. Teabag a guy. Teabag a girl. Teabag Lydia. Teabag an elk. Teabag a dead human centipede. Now, I would show more, but you can just go on Modern Warfare 3 if you want to see teabagging. But if you do want to continue with that, I would suggest getting the Apprentice Conjuration perk, and if you want to do the Bound Sword trick, which I will show you in a second, I would suggest getting the Novice Conjuration perk. Each one will cut your magicka cost in half. Now, to do the Bound Sword trick, you're going to have to fast travel to the watchtower where you killed your first dragon in the main quest. It's right next to Whiterun, and you're headed to Bleakwind Basin, the giant camp. To do this, you will need arrows and, of course, a giant. All you gotta do is just walk up north and try not to get attacked by dragons. Now, when you get there, all you gotta do is shoot the giant so he gets annoyed and wants to chase you, and then haul ass back to the tower. Now, I would suggest not doing this with a follower because they will get sent to the heavens, and I mean literally. Another reason you don't want a follower is when they get rejected from heaven, they will come back down and kill your giant. Now, if that happens, just shoot another giant and lead him back to the tower too after sending your follower home. Now, don't get too far ahead of your giant, otherwise he'll lose interest, but don't get too close, otherwise he will rape you. Now, the trick with this is he cannot fit in through the door of the watchtower, so all you gotta do is sit inside and keep conjuring your sword. Now, don't worry about the guards, because they're all pussies and they'll just run away.
Get him! Kill him!
Now, once you get your giant in place, all you gotta do is start conjuring those swords and you will level up like crazy. Now, I find that two-handed is pretty effective if you have the magicka for it, and as you can see, your giant cannot fit through the door. Now, there is a little trick you can do. If you use your left hand, you'll actually finish faster, which is weird because I usually finish faster if I use my right hand. But anyway, if you don't have enough magicka to dual wield, then I would suggest using your left hand. Now, eventually by morning, you will get 100 Conjuration, so you can put it to good use. Conjuration has a lot of really good uses. If you don't have that good of a weapon, you can just conjure up a sword or a bow or any of that. However, my favorite is conjuring the Atronarchs or Dremora Lord. They're especially useful if you're fighting bosses or a dragon, because usually they will divert the creature's attention and you can get a few really good nice hits in. Now, once you get your 100 Conjuration, you will have to kill the giant in order to get out of there. So if you're not that high of a level, just pull out a bow like I did here and keep shooting him until he drops. Now, my favorite place to get the spells is the College of Winterhold, and you can just fast travel there if you've ever been there before. And you are looking for a guy named Finished Gesture, who is either in the Hall of Attainment here or in the Hall of Countenance. Now, once you find him, all you gotta do is ask him what's for sale and go down to his books. He will have all the Conjuration spells I mentioned before, like Bound Sword or Bound Bow. He'll even have Bound Battle Axe. But some of my favorites are the Conjure Dremora Lord, which is very useful for fighting dragons, like I said before, because he does a lot of damage. And all the Atronarchs, which are once again useful because they distract the enemy. Some are good for range, some are good for close, like the Frost Atronarch. Now, if you want to unlock the master spells, like this spell right here, Dead Thrall, then you will have to do a quest for him. The Thralls are really good because pretty much they're the same thing as Atronarchs, except for they last forever until someone kills it. So you don't have to worry about it running out of time in 60 seconds or whatnot. Now, if you decide to do the quest for him, he will give you the spell Summon Unbound Dremora, which he will ask you to use on top of the college on the roof. You will then ask the Dremora to get you a sigil stone from whatever world he is from, which he will use to inscribe the master spells for you. Now, get your tryhard panties on, because the Dremora put up one hell of a fight. Now, after you kill him the first time, you will have to summon him again until he will finally submit. So I would suggest re-healing and making sure you have all your health and stamina back. Once you kill him the second time, he will reappear and you will ask him to get your sigil stone, and then you will conjure him back and he will have it. Now, if you want to use those master spells that you just bought, I would suggest buying the Master Conjuration perk, which will cut those in half, considering that they range from 500 magicka to 700 magicka. So unless you have 700 magicka lying around, you're going to need that. Other ones that are useful are the ones that deal with the Atronarchs, giving them more health, letting you do 2 of them. Or if you don't want the master spells, you can get one that makes them last longer. So now that you have your 100 Conjuration and all your perks and spells you need, you can get out there and kick some ass. So if you like this series, please leave down in the comment which skill you would like to see next. And thank you, goodbye.